The moment Lucifer's wings burst into flames, he screamed, the sound echoing across the heavenly realm. The fire of his rebellion burned brightly, and with each moment, his power was slipping, falling apart. He stood before the throne of God, defiance in his every step, his heart pounding, his mind boiling with anger. His eyes glowed, fiery red, rage seeping through his veins, as if he could feel the universe shifting beneath him. "I am your equal!" he roared, his voice shaking the foundations of heaven. How could God not see that he, Lucifer, deserved more than to be beneath him? He had been the morning star, the shining light of the heavens, gifted with beauty, power, and grace, and yet he was told to remain as a servant. "Enough!" The voice of God rang out, calm but firm, shaking Lucifer to his core. The universe held its breath. No one had ever dared to challenge God's authority, not until Lucifer. The incredible beauty of his radiant wings flickered for a second before they began to lose their luster, darkening, turning ashen. His chest tightened, and his breath grew short as he realized his rebellion had a price. He was too powerful, too proud, and yet now he was nothing but a fallen angel. Lucifer felt his body being pulled, the force dragging him downward. The fiery light that had surrounded him began to dim. He reached out with trembling hands, trying to grasp at heaven, trying to hold on to his dominion. But it was too late. His wings were burning, falling apart, and with one last scream, he was thrown from heaven. "No!" he shouted as his body plunged into the void, the light of heaven disappearing behind him. He fell faster and faster, a loud crashing sound filling his ears as darkness swallowed him. The rage inside him festered, growing stronger, and the pit that was once his pride became the abyss of his defeat. The heavens, now silent, only whispered of the chaos he had brought. Angels wept as they saw their leader fall. Michael, strong and unwavering, stood still, knowing this was the moment that would define all of eternity. Lucifer was no longer the shining angel. He was Satan, the adversary of all that was good. His rebellion had come at the cost of everything he once knew. As Satan continued to fall, he clenched his fists, his face twisted in rage, each thought more bitter than the last. How could they do this to me? The pride he once had, the power and glory, were slipping away. In the distance, the heavenly throne grew smaller and smaller until it was nothing but a faint memory. But even in his defeat, Satan's heart burned brighter than ever. He wasn't just falling, he was plotting. His desire for revenge wasn't quenched. His ambition still roared inside him. "I will rise again," he thought. "I will make them regret casting me out." The fall didn't stop him. It made him stronger. In the silent, empty darkness, Satan was not alone. Azazel and Samyaza, two of his greatest allies, followed in his wake, banished for their roles in the same rebellion. As they fell alongside him, their voices grew louder, their anger more palpable. They were no longer angels of light, but angels of darkness, forever cut off from the presence of God. The Watchers had fallen with him, and now, together, they would lead the charge of destruction on earth. His eyes burned with an unholy fire. The abyss he now found himself in was not his grave, it was his kingdom. And from here he would plot. From here he would bend the world to his will. Satan had lost the battle, but this was far from the end. If you want to know more about the fall of Lucifer and the rebellion that changed the universe forever, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more stories of fallen angels and cosmic wars that shaped the world.